Hey guys, and welcome to the How to Handyman series. What a sensational day. If anyone's seen my last video on how I started the business and I used to sit in an office, well, today, look, absolutely spectacular, 20 odd degrees. Yeah, we've had some horrible weather. And in fact, this job I'm working on at the moment is a job tiling around a pool. And if I can give one word of advice, don't try to tile around a pool in the middle of winter because the weather has been absolutely shocking. But look, we're well and truly underway with the job now. We've got all the tiles down. We did all our self-leveling, all the tiles, all that's all done. And I'm on to the final section of actually grouting the tiles. So I just thought I'd take this opportunity to do a quick video on grouting sandstone, because sandstone's a little bit different to what you would normally do with ceramic tiles, and there's a couple of little gotchas and things that are different, so I thought I'd just do a quick video on how to actually do that. Okay, so the first thing to remember is sandstone's actually a very porous material, and anything you do will soak straight into the stone. So it's really important before you get to grouting that you actually seal the sandstone. Now, there's commercially available sealants that you'll get from a reputable tile store, which will actually allow you to paint the tile before you do anything to it, and that'll stop the water getting in. But it'll also, if you do it before you start grouting, it'll stop the water from the grout and all the colours getting into the tile as well. So it'll really help contain the grout to the actual joint, which is really quite important. So first thing, make sure you actually seal it. Second thing is, we've really got to be clean when we're grouting sandstone. If you know, when you're doing a bathroom, you can grout the joints, and that's fine, and then come along the next day and then wash all of any of the extra grout off, or dust it off to get it nice and clean. You don't have that option with sandstone. You've got very limited ability to clean it afterwards. So it's really important that when you're doing the actual grouting, that you get it nice and clean right from the get-go. So in that case, I actually have 2 buckets of water here, which I'll just show you in a second. One which I use for my first clean, and then the second one that I then use for the final clean at the end of the day, so that the actual, by the time I've finished, the grout line is absolutely perfect. There's no extra grout sitting on the tiles. The third thing to remember is we're doing an outside area. So in summer here, we've had a really cold winter, and look, I know for people in the UK and other parts of the colder climes, for us it's not that cold, it's sort of down to 10 degrees, but in summer here we can quite easily hit 45 to 46 degrees in the open, and so by the time you get that amount of temperature onto an open pool deck like this, the temperature on the tiles can get 60-70 degrees plus. So that actually causes quite a bit of expansion when you're within the tiles as well. So it's really important when you're tiling outside that you allow for expansion joints, and that's normally every 4 to 5 meters. And in fact, in this case, we've got expansion joints between our tiles and our coping as well. If you don't do that, then you can run into a situation of, as the tiles expand, there's nowhere, if it's all grouted, there's nowhere for the tiles to go. You can end up with cracks coming, or tiles buckling or popping or lifting. So really important, put some expansion joints in when you're doing it. So that's 3, I think that's 3. Fourth thing is, because these joints are actually quite wide, and a lot wider than we would normally do interior, it's important that you actually have a grout that's specifically designed for the extra widths, or for wider grout joints, and you'll see those at your tile shops as well. So again, just keep that in mind as you're working. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward, and yeah, you wouldn't be dead for quids, would you, on a day like today? So let me just show you the water, and then we'll mix up some grout, and we'll put some in, and that should pretty much be the job for today. So, although there's a bit of it to do, so let's show you. Okay, as you can probably see here, I've got 2 buckets of water. One I'll use for my first clean, and that's to get the thickest of most of the mess off the tiles. And then I have a second one that I use just to clean up and to final wash off when we're finished. I need to change this bucket, probably every couple of washes really. So this bucket we're changing regularly to keep clean. All right, so let's mix up some grout. Right. Important thing when you're mixing grout is just start with empty bucket. Always put the water in first. So I normally just take a sponge and pop a sponge worth of water into the bucket. Now, especially when it's warmer, the grout's going to go off pretty quick. So you just want to make enough grout and do it in small batches, enough for about 10 or 15 minutes in the warmer temperatures, so that you can keep it working. If you do any more, you'll end up wasting a whole heap because it'll just go off dry too quickly. Oh. Who invented 20 kilo bags? All right, just add some grout to the water. And then we're going to mix the water in. If you need to add a bit more water, then you can do that, which we do, but just small amounts. You'd be amazed how little water it takes to actually make it more pliable. In fact, that's probably a little, probably a little bit too much water, but we can probably get away with that. So, yeah, that might be just a little bit too runny. So I'm just going to add a small amount just to thicken it up a little bit. Now you really will be amazed how little water you need when it comes to working with grout. So don't do what I do and just add too much. And that's probably a better consistency. So it'll just hold onto the trowel, but I can shake it off as well. Make sure you give it a good mix up. Now you just got to wait for a minute or two just to let the water absorb into the grout. And then once you've done that, you give it a final stir. And then we'll start to apply it to the joints. Alright, we've just swapped camera angles just so we can see a little bit better. The shadows are actually pretty strong. So all you do is take a little bit of the grout onto the end of your trowel, and we just push it into the joint. Just making sure that you get it all the way down in nice and firm, and it's nicely packed in. And we'll just work our way around the rest of the tile. Once that's done, take the first of our buckets of water, clean diagonally across the grout line. If you do that, you don't tend to rub the grout out of the line. And as you can see, it's a warmer day today, and it's already starting to dry. So just do small sections. If you do small sections, you'll find it goes pretty easily. once I'm pretty happy with my first wash, just bring out my other sponge, really clean sponge, and we just wipe any of the final excess off. And if you've done the job right, you should end up with a perfectly clean tile and a perfectly smooth grout line. Oh, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So you just keep working your way all the way around until yeah, the job's done. Then once all the grouting's finished, we'll go around and put some backing rods in and fill our expansion joints with silicone of the same colour. So hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you like what you see, look, please subscribe to the channel. We're really pushing to try and get our subscriber count out, or subscriber count up. That just enables us to get our videos out to more people. Any other comments or any other videos you'd like to see? We're doing lots at the moment. There's silicone incoming, there's all sorts of videos coming. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you soon. Enjoy. Have a great day.